It is a meeting between the attorneys to decide if there is pretrial matters that have to be decided or if there's a potential for resolution. As we all know that there are some pretrial matters that need to be handled. So there was a hearing that was scheduled for Friday. That has been moved until Tuesday, June 6th at 3 p.m. It will be by Zoom, and I will give you guys the public access number so you can appear in Zoom. There are restrictions about recording and broadcasting that unless you work that out for the media with the court. Secondly, we scheduled the preliminary examination. So what ends up happening with the preliminary examination that is scheduled for a full day of hearing, it will be in person. It will be on June 12th at 9:30 in the morning. It will be back here in this courtroom. That courtroom will be open for the meeting. So just so you understand that the few moments that my clients were in the courtroom with me was we were just working with the court staff to select dates. Now I want you to be aware briefly that the dates that are selected are somewhat firm, but they're always subject to change. But the next one's by Zoom, and I'll give you that Zoom number now. The Zoom number is 646-876-9923 with a phone call in, or the meeting ID number for Zoom is 610-892-3470. Right now there are 3 motions that are scheduled to be handled. The first is related to the appearance of a witness by Zoom versus in person at the preliminary exam. The second issue is related to a grant of immunity request by the prosecution and our response. And the third issue is that we are challenging the sufficiency of the warrant and the fact that this complaint warrant was actually authorized based upon the probable cause statements. So those will be handled in about an hour and a half to 2 hour hearing by Zoom prior to the preliminary examination. Anything else?
Can you give those numbers one more time?
Yeah, sure. I will, the meeting ID number is...
Can they be posted?
Yeah. So the meeting ID number is 610-892-3470. And that is the court Zoom ID number.
610-892-340?
3470. And the phone call-in number, if you don't have Zoom as an app and you want to call in, is 646-876-9923.
Sure, I'd like to add a few things.
Sure.
Today we learned that the government, Dana Nessel's office, seeks to request the court to give unnecessary immunity to my client Stephanie Scott's expert. This is her official expert, Benjamin Cotton, who has written affidavits that the Attorney General's office has ordered, contrary to law, that Stephanie Scott delete data. Stephanie refused to delete this data when she was clerk. It would have been a violation of law, and Ben Cotton has put in his affidavit that had she done that, she would have deleted original election records that she's required to preserve. Ben Cotton does not need immunity because he's done nothing illegal, and this is nothing more than an attempt by the Attorney General's office to try to sway the jury to give the appearance that someone's done something illegal, when in fact, the only one that's committed any crimes here is Dana Nessel and Benson by ordering the deletion of data in violation of law. So that's the motion we're going to argue on June 4th.
Who is Ben Cotton?
Ben Cotton is an expert. He has been working for decades with cybersecurity credentials. You'll hear from him in person on June 4th. He can testify, and he's testified before Congress. He's conducted election work throughout the country and world. He is the top expert in this field, and you'll learn more from him when he testifies.
Is he the one that was allegedly provided the data that you're being accused of mishandling?
You should look at MCL 168.520 regarding a local clerk, township clerk's authority to preserve. Actually, she has the authority and duty to preserve all papers and records for the township, which she has done. And she's entitled under the law to have expert examiners take a look at that data. She's done nothing illegal, and that will come out in court. Thank you. That's all we have for today. We look forward to seeing you at the next hearing.
One quick correction. June 4th will be by Zoom. June 12th is in person.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to make sure we were clear on that.